Welcome back to the Webby and O'Neill channel, and it's Manchester United versus Tottenham Europa League Final. Get involved, have your say in the comments section, and we'll try and discuss some of your comments throughout today's video. Last couple of days have been nervous, but as usual on a match day it turns to excitement. But let's hope we win this one.
I've got to say, for the last 8 months, it's come to this. I am nervous as anything. I have called this final. I've said we're going to win it. 8 months later, we're here. I'm telling you, this has been a terrible week for my nerves. But now it's here. I'm excited. Proper excited.
Fred Granfin, a lot more getting involved already in the chat with their own opinions. Fred says, why is everyone worried about Spurs? They've had a worse season than us, but they have beat us, obviously, during the season, Premier League and the Cup as well. But this is a totally different ball game going into the Europa League final. A lot of these players, they've got the actual experience of playing in finals, the large majority of this squad as well.
Well, listen, I look at these players and I just say to myself, they've got to bring it home. I don't care how they do it. I just don't care how they do it. I just look at it and think these players will be held responsible and accountable for the terrible season we've had, and they will get off lightly if we win tonight. And I do believe we're going to win, but they have to bring it home, and probably that's the nerves. I look at it and I say to myself, why the nerves here? There's plenty of downside if we lose, and I mean plenty of downside if we lose. But there's also the upside. Short term, it'll give United some financial stability, and it'll also give Amorim something to work with in the summer going into the new season. So for me, short term, United, financial stability, because this game, listen, I've read reports there that this game is possibly worth up to £100 million. So for United going forward, it's all good signs if we win it. And if not, the downside, I swear to God, right, what will come from the media and everyone is a pylon. So that is the downside.
JF, finals have a life of their own. Good luck, we need it. Fred Granfin has just gifted 5 memberships, a legend. The 5 people who've been gifted them memberships, big thank you to Fred. You said you don't care how we win it. I'll take a 1-0 right now in the first minute, Højlund off his backside.
Yeah, I don't care how they win it.
Just do not care whatsoever.
Yeah, it's like you said there, it has a life of its own, these finals, and I look at it from the point of view, the finals have a life of its own. The referee, you've got 2 English sides, and I say to myself, you know, you need dark arts. You need dark arts. Have United got the dark arts to have this ref on their side? I think to myself, Tottenham are good at it. I've seen them before. I've seen them play acting before. We've seen Son do it loads of times. Are United up to the dark arts? And that is something I'm going to watch.
Marcus Stevenson has just gifted 5 memberships. The 5 people have been gifted them memberships. Big thank you to Marcus, the legend. You talk about the referee. I don't know the amount of games he's actually refereed with Tottenham, but Tottenham haven't won a game that he's refereed. And we was talking about experience before. United have already got that experience winning a game in Bilbao as well, and a comfortable scoreline.
Well, I look at experience. You've just got to look at United. In the last 10 years, they've reached 9 finals. So that's the experience they've got. Tottenham, I'm not sure, I think it's 2008 since they were last in a final. And you see what's going on, especially with Ange Postecoglou in his press conference and what's going on around it.
What did you make of his press conference there? It's like, he just hates the media, doesn't he? You looking for me personally, I don't know about yous out there, you might actually, well, if you're a Tottenham fan, like how he comes out and deals with the press, but I want the manager to be calm, especially ahead of a final as big as it is.
I looked at him last night, and to me, this is my opinion, I think he's ready for a fight.
He is, isn't it?
I think he's ready for a fight, win or lose the final tonight. The bloke has just had enough. He's took personal abuse. Amorim's getting away with it. He knows where he's at. The club know where they're at, and they're looking forward to next year. So Amorim's under no pressure, but I think the team will look at it, all the players. You know, you look at the FA Cup final, the players were talking about after winning it, disregarding Erik ten Hag, talking him down and all that. He's out of the club and all that, and a lot of them were made up. And I think these Tottenham players, will they be able to give it all one final push in a final? I think they will crumble at some point. I think if United take the lead, and I have changed my mind, to be honest with you.
Changed your mind on what?
I've changed my mind. I did say the other day, but I was really nervous the other day, so you have to forgive me on that one.
Also, you'd not had a lot of sleep either that day.
Well, I didn't have any sleep last night as well. This is the worst week I've had for sleep. 4 o'clock this morning, 2 o'clock the other morning. It's been terrible, but I think that's just because of the pressure I put on myself. But I just look.
You've not been taking the dog out for a walk as well, have you? Getting him out?
No, I've took nobody out. You know what I mean? I've just been fuming.
Yeah. All thoughts coming in your head about how the game will go, who'll start, etc. Yeah,
well, I thought the game would go into extra time and go to penalties, but I've changed my mind now. I actually think United will win 2-0. I honestly do. I think United will win 2-0. Yes, they'll have the moments, we know that. But I just look at it, and I've got this funny feeling, and it's because of the ref and having 2 English sides in it, that something dramatic's going to happen. I don't know whether it's a United player or a Tottenham player, but I just feel as though it's not just a game of football. We're going to see something dramatic. And it might be Postecoglou on the sideline fighting with someone. You just don't know, but he is under proper pressure. But as a club, Tottenham, win or lose, completely different scenario if United win or lose. United are up there, and Amorim is talking about, he's not really bothered about this cup, but he's talking about it in a different way. He's talking about we should be in the Champions League, and the media and everyone is going to hate that. So there is what's going to come after the game, the hate on us if we win. The media are going to start pulling us apart, saying we don't deserve to be in the Champions League. But it's so vital for United. Amorim knows that's where we should be, in the Champions League and challenging for the league. Well, I'll tell you what, short-term financially will help us achieve small things, not big things, because this is a process.
Plenty of yous out there joining us, getting involved, your own opinions. They're going to ring some comments off because it's just coming in one after the other. Urban Bar says, come on United, let's go. Justin from our members club, what a shift from the media darling to the media clown, meaning Postecoglou. Carlos says, go on United, we can do it. GGM, you lads. Bob is wishing us all a good morning. Morning all, I can't wait. Jonas is saying, I'm leaving work early to watch the match. Cheers from Boston. Let us know as well, actually, where you're actually currently watching us from and where you're actually going to be watching the Europa League final. Anyone out there actually in Bilbao, you know, all the best, take care, and I hope you have a cracking night. Also, I've seen a comment from Tony Smith. Spurs' high line and style causes our system trouble. We struggle to get out at the best of times. We need to handle the pressure and play the perfect game. The rest of the league praying for United loss. And I think there will be a bit of a meltdown, especially from the media, if Man United do get their hands on that trophy tonight.
Oh, yeah. Win or lose, the media are going to have a meltdown. But I look at the game, okay, where the problems will come from. They'll have 3 in midfield. That's how I look at it. They'll have 3 in midfield and they will go for it. And they've all got legs and they will be working right throughout the game. So that's where the battle will be, in that middle. And we all know how many times in that middle we've left it wide open. If we leave that wide open, then you can just say curtains. So, you know, Amorim's got to sort it out. I don't even know who he's going to pick to be in there. I've just been that stressed with the week, the build-up and that. I've not actually looked at it or even worried about the starting 11, because whatever starting 11's in there has to do the job. And I've turned round the other day and I talked about dogs of war. And that's what they've got to be. And especially in that midfield. There's no dilly-dallying. They've got to have legs in there and work hard. So if they've got to have legs in there, is Casemiro on there? That's how I look at it. Does he deserve a start? You know, I'm not too sure. I think there might be somebody else in there. But, hey, I wouldn't be surprised if he's in there. He's done well since he's been on. You let me know what you think on that one.
Grantham says, Anana to have a blinder, perhaps. I hope he doesn't have a blinder. I hope he has a quiet game. I think that will be better from us watching it as United fans. And that means United have probably got more control of the game, fingers crossed. Gaz says, goosebumps from that video United released the other day. 2-1 Manchester United. Zhao says, Højlund to score, Ahmad to shine. And Thomas Kozlowski, hopefully I pronounced that right, my mate. Thanks for your super chat. He says, fingers crossed, guys, and come on, United. Højlund to score. I've been thinking to myself that he might start Mason Mount for me. And I think that could be the only change where we could possibly see a false 9. And that's Bruno Fernandes in the false 9 with Mason Mount and Garnacho in behind. I think that's the only change that we could possibly see. If not, I think it'll be the same starting 11 that we've seen against Bilbao over there in the semi-final.
I said the game on Friday night at Chelsea. To me, there may be just one change. Sorry, maybe one change possibly from the Chelsea lineup. So let's just see what happens. But I'll go back to the super chat there mentioning Onana. I wish you hadn't mentioned Onana, because that has really got me sleepless nights, because I woke up the other morning and it was all about Onana. I didn't actually tell you what it was, whether it was a dream or a nightmare. I'll tell you probably after the game.
It was actually Fred Grantham in the chat who mentioned Onana.
Thanks, Fred.
Nice one, Fred.
Getting me back right on it.
Yeah.
Don't need it. I just don't need it.
Getting back into the chat, Marcus says, Ange's under more pressure than Amorim, and it showed in the press conference. I do tend to agree with that as well, mate.
Yeah.
I thought Amorim was calm, and he has been calm over the last 7 to 10 days, being asked about the Europa League final. And yeah, I like that from the manager, though.
Yeah,
not putting too much pressure on it, though, in the the wider terms, the future of the club, though.
No, I think he did look calm, relaxed, and he's talked about the pressure of winning it. He doesn't feel as though there's any pressure of winning it or even losing it. But I just look at the press conference, you say it was jovial. I think what's helped as well is sticking to the routine, coming out the night before, getting there at tea time like they did. So I think that's helped, and I don't think it's really helped Chelsea, because it's given lots of time to be chased around by the media and a lot of hanging about, whereas United were training on Tuesday morning and probably left in the afternoon. So I think that in itself, sticking to a routine, has done the world of good. And I don't think it's anything to do with one or two comments what I've seen about, United are trying to save money.
Vincent, I'm going to get onto your super chat shortly. United Rose says United. Joe Warren says hope we play like we played in Europe and not in the Premier League, as we need to control the game and take it to them. Definitely need to be on the front foot and come up with something different, just like we did see against Bilbao in the leg over in there. Richard Meredith, I think we've won this already. Listen to this one.
Go on.
Hi lads, it's my birthday today. 3 times in the past United have played for a trophy on my birthday and won all 3. So let's hope that carries on today. Come on, United.
Yeah,
Happy birthday as well, my mate.
I'd have been more happier if you'd have said that they'd won it twice on your birthday and this is your third time lucky. But hey, let's hope you're right, and keep the good vibes.
Yeah, happy birthday, like I say, my mate. All the best. I hope you have a great day and rest of the week. Vincent, thanks for your super chat. We just need to look at this. Look at the Spurs and Crystal Palace the other week, meaning them games. They were able to break the Spurs press. Bruno has to be in midfield. Yeah, I do look at it from that way, but I just don't. I'm just not sure. I think Amorim will want to fit Mason Mount into this team, and I'm just thinking he can fit him in and put Garnacho on the bench. It's not a bad option to have for the last 20 minutes, half an hour, to make an impact from the bench as well, Garnacho.
He has to have players on the bench to come on and make an impact, no matter what. So he will leave 1 or 2 people out who we think might play, but that bench is so crucial for turning the game round. And you talk about the tactics and that. Like I say, the midfield has to be tight and work together, but it's the way they build up play. They can't sit there. They cannot sit there. And I'm on about the 3 centre halves playing it square across and then getting it out to the wing and then playing it back. That's no good. You will only invite pressure more and more from Tottenham. They've got the players to push up wide and straight down the middle. So for me, they can't play it slow. They have to be on the front foot. If you're not on the front foot and things go wrong, it's very difficult to get that momentum going. So I think United have to start on the front foot and take it to Tottenham.
Not too sure if Dalot will be available to start tonight, or will he put Mazraoui in that wing-back spot, or possibly Ahmad. But Compass Smurf says I'd play Ahmad up front. Can't have any passengers. Leny Yoro says heard you get a little shout out on Talk of the Devils podcast the other day, Tony. Nice to see Laurie and other United supporting media highlighting the work of the fans. Top man is Laurie Whitwell.
Yeah, I didn't know that, so thanks for letting us know. I'll text Laurie. He might answer. You just never know.
Might be having a cocktail already, our Laurie, over in Bilbao.
A few of them I think he'll have.
Yeah, a lot of you still getting involved in the chat, talking about Onana, and a lot of people also mentioning Højlund up top. What do you think the pressure is going to be like on Højlund going into this game? Or if you think there'll actually be any pressure on him?
I think the pressure will be exactly the same for every player. I'm not picking out Højlund for pressure as though he's going to get more. I think they're all under the same amount of pressure. Will he play in that? A lot of people aren't too sure. I'm not too sure. I'm just not too sure on the starting 11.
Yeah.
But you mentioned Dalot before. I think Dalot, I don't think he'll start. I think he'll be on the bench and he might come on for Mazraoui if things are going wrong, or give Mazraoui a rest if things are going well.
Yeah, people getting involved with the actual team news. Richie says, looks like Zirkzee, Dalot and Yoro will be on the bench. Can't see any of them starting though. And yeah,
maybe Yoro.
I think we said about 7-10 days ago, I had a feeling Lindelof will start this game, and nothing's really changed my mind on that one. And
yeah, but out of the three, if any of them are going to start, then you'd say Yoro. Certainly not Zirkzee. I think what he's done, I think he's took all the players over there to be involved, and quite right as well. But Zirkzee, I'll be very, very shocked, to be honest with you, if he's named as a substitute. But Dalot, for me, could be there. And Yoro, he might be the change for Lindelof. And I did say, well, we both said the other week, we've got a feeling that Lindelof will be available and may play in the final. And it looks as though that is a big, big possibility.
I mean, just going off what's in the live chat, people discussing what they think the starting 11 will be. A name that I've not seen come up yet, and a name that I think could possibly start with us talking if Yoro doesn't start, and that's Luke Shaw. I mean, he's fully fit. The man's got a wealth of experience, especially in finals as well, at this football club. I mean, I could see him possibly starting on the left, and you've got Maguire in the middle, then Lindelof, and then possibly Mazraoui on the right wing-back spot. I mean, that wouldn't shock me. Would it shock you out there?
Shock. I think it's 100% certain that Luke Shaw will play. I absolutely do. I think he's been in that position there. Yes, he's not had the greatest of games in that, but what's the alternative? So for me, Luke Shaw, 100% is in that team. You know, you look at Harry Maguire, 100% in that team. So them two together, and it's just a matter of who's on the right. But I'm surprised that people are sort of like saying that they could be shocked if Luke Shaw starts. There's no alternative.
No. If Yoro's not fit enough to start, you play Luke Shaw.
No, but you put Yoro on the right anyway.
Yeah, I'm just thinking in the past, I know when Luke Shaw has been injured and we've not really had the lads available to actually put on the left side, he's put Mazraoui on that side, but I can't see that tonight. I think he will want some sort of balance there with a left footer on that side.
No, he's put Luke Shaw in that position and he's looking for the lineup for tonight. So for me, 100%, there's no doubt.
And I do think Luke Shaw's also capable as well to get up the pitch as well, you know, into that midfield area, like we have done and seen with Yoro in recent weeks from that left-hand side of defence. You know, good ball carrying as well going forward, Yoro.
Listen, all these players are capable of playing better than what we've seen them. It's been a disgusting season, right? It's whether they'll be able to do it and raise the game. And if they raise the game, then that's brilliant. But all these players have actually let us down all year. This is just a side issue, this Europa League. But for Luke Shaw, of course he can do it. We've all seen that he's done it. You know, we've talked about him, how good a player he is, but we very rarely see him. And we've talked about his attitude in that. But he's been lined up for this game in the last, I'd say 4 weeks. He's been earmarked for this game. He's been given little bits of game in that position. And for me, it's there. And like I say, Lindelof on the right. And if he does make the one change, which I think he might do, I think possibly Yoro comes in there. But there's no way he's playing Mazraoui left fullback. The left side of Maguire. No way at all.
Ansel says, lads, where the hell is the pace coming from? That's what will undo Spurs. Every game they've lost, it's been counter-attacking football. And you're looking at some of the players in the team. That's why I mentioned Mason Mount earlier on. I do think he gives you that intensity and that pace, you know, to actually close down the opposition when they're in possession. You've got the likes of Ahmad as well, who's I think is really good at doing it as well. Especially his pace over the first 5 to 10 yards to spring that onto the opposition. You know, you've got Garnacho as well. But not all three of them will start. But it's also good options to come off the bench.
No, your pace and your threat is Ahmad, because once he's got the ball at his feet, I think what they'll try and do, they'll try and double up on him because they know that's the threat. Because once he runs at you, they're only backpedaling, and he's got the skill to go round. I think what may happen, I did say the other day, you might see Mainu on there, and I think Mainu on there would help Ahmad, to be honest with you. Nice little partnership. When I've seen them going forward and attacking together, they seem to link up really well. So it'll be interesting if Mainu gets on there. But Ahmad, no. Listen, tonight the big threat is Ahmad, because he will force them back, and that's what you want.
I do understand what you mean about Mainu, especially playing further up the pitch. You know, he has got that control when in possession, but out of possession, that's what worries me, because Tottenham do have legs in the wide areas and in midfield. So for me at the moment, Kobbie Mainu, sit him out on the bench. And if we do get into the last 20 minutes, 10 minutes where we are leading, bring him on to actually keep the ball, help, because he can do that with the team.
Listen, I think when it comes to the last 20 minutes, I might be behind the settee or something.
Yeah.
I might not even be able to watch it. My nerves are that bad. But, like, listen, it's all up in the air at the moment. The team, give us your team, you know what I mean? But I can't give you my team. There's only one or two players I think are definite starters and that. So anything's there. And I go back to Fred Grantham there with his super chat. I do hope that nothing goes wrong with Onana. I don't want him making a mistake. For me, it's fingers crossed with him. I'm right behind him in tonight. I wish him the best of luck and everything, like all the players tonight. I'm not going in on anyone. I do look at Ireland. He suffered from us on here being critical, suffered from yous out there. But this is a final. So I think we should all get behind. And if it goes pear-shaped, it goes pear-shaped. But you want to see, most of all tonight, the effort and the fight. If you don't see that, then all bets are off as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, definitely.
If you don't
see a level of intensity in wanting that ball, wanting to fight for every single yard.
Yeah,
I'll have a complete meltdown on Friday morning. I just don't care.
Yeah.
Especially after the season we've had in the Premier League. I mean, we've been getting, week after week now, all the publicity out there, all the words coming out from the club. It's all focus on this Europa League. So they've put all the focus and the pressure on this. So we have to win it, no matter what. And plus, it'll give us that confidence in the summer, start of next season, hopefully, that, with that financial boost, just being in the Champions League anyway. You all know what the nights are like under the lights at Old Trafford. And also that extra bit of cash in the pocket.
Listen,
to go out there and buy some top players and that can come to United and improve this team, because it's needed.
Well, that financial boost will certainly give Sir Jim Ratcliffe a breathing space, and we'll be able to look at it, and he'll be happy with that, because he is under massive pressure to back Ruben Amorim, and that's all we want this summer. I think United fans, the last few weeks, have all accepted where we are as a club. Okay, they're not really going that mad. Yes, you get a few outbursts and that. We all do that. That's what football fans do. But I think there's a clear understanding where this club is and what it's got to do in the summer. So winning it, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, he will have to get in his pocket and get the money out and back this club, because we do need change, desperately need change, and these players, they will be held accountable.
Ned Kelly says, getting up at 5 a.m. in Sydney time to watch the Reds. Let's go. Let us know where you're all tuning in from right now, and also where you're going to be watching the Europa League final. We was talking about Højlund, though. I think he's, off the top of my head right now, I think his best game for United was actually in the away leg against Bilbao, even though he didn't score. I think his overall play that's actually been lacking in the Premier League on show that night was much, much better.
Well, we've talked about this, and
that goes for the whole team as well. Not that I'm giving him an excuse there, but when it comes to the Europa League, you see him step up them levels.
No, but I've seen people sort of turn around and throw comments at, and I've got to agree with it. You've got to look. They were down to 10 men. There was too much space in that. And if you look at Højlund, he hasn't performed the way he should have done. But at the end of the day, he will get the opportunity next season, because he will still be staying here. And good luck to him. That's all I can say at this moment about him.
Yeah, let's just hope we don't start off like we did against Bilbao over there as well.
Stop
because Yeah, they had a couple of moments, didn't they? I think it was from the Williams brothers as well. And we need to get the foot on the ball and actually start controlling that game. Take any sting out of the game from Tottenham in the first 5-10 minutes.
No, I don't see that. I don't know how you see it. Kieran's talking about taking the sting out of Tottenham, put your foot on the ball. No, I don't see it that way. We have to go at them. We have to put them on the back foot. That's the way to do it. And we have to give it to Ahmad. We have to give it anyone what's running through. There's none of that putting the foot on the ball as far as I'm concerned, okay? Because that is the way to lose a final. You can't turn it round with 20 minutes to go when you've just been playing slow, methodical football. You have to have the pace. We've got all the substitutes. Let's use them. Let's people run themselves into the ground and put everything into it. I don't want to see players with 20 minutes to go suddenly putting the effort in and running. I want that from the very first minute and put them on the back foot. You win it, go for it.
Yeah, and I just mean, when it comes to finals, it's a big occasion.
I understand.
You want all your players to get a feel of that ball, comfortable with it, and then start getting into positions and maybe lure Tottenham in. I mean, Man United is still... I'm very much a counter-attacking team at times, and we have got players, if we do play the players like Garnacho, Ahmad, etc., Mason Mount, possibly, with the pace, we will be able to hurt him, and I just hope we don't see him sat 5-10 yards further back throughout like the first half, because that will not suit me, and I don't think it will suit Man United and a lot of people out there, because I don't want to see the pressure coming onto us and us having to deal with it and then counter-attacking it. I do want to see us on the front foot, but then first 5-10 minutes, get the foot on the ball, get a few passes together, get used to it, and then let's go for it.
The one thing, what has been constant this year, is putting your foot on the ball, playing it slow, and in the first 5-10 minutes of a game, we're 1-0 down. The same in the second half. That's how it's been. So I'm making it clear what we need to do. Kieran's talking, and I understand what he's saying. Let everyone have a touch of the ball and that. But it's dangerous the way United play, because they let them come on. And then when they let them come on, they crumble in the first 5-10 minutes. How many times have we seen it? This is a final. Go for it. I'm confident. I've had a terrible week sleeping, and I feel on a high now. And we're going for it, right? When I start talking tactics and all that, I seem to get depressed in that. Right? I ain't depressed. Go for it. That's the way to do it. It's a final. It's 2 English sides with a foreign referee. And that foreign referee will have a big say in what goes on tonight.
I think you need to be in the dressing room before the players go out and just go for it, lads.
No, I'd probably catch up on my sleep in there. No, I just feel as though, I think United fans are all ready for this. They're calm, they're confident, and I think there's nothing to fear here. The only fear, right, is if we just play slow, methodical football and invite Tottenham on. That's how I see it. It's a final. Go for it.
Go for it. Yeah, no, I do get what you mean. Let's not leave any stone unturned, so to speak. Let's not have any regrets when they come off, because if there is any, our eyes don't lie. Let's be honest with ourselves. We've been watching this team, especially this season, week after week, where we've noticed a lack of intensity, and that's all I'm asking for here, the intensity to be better than Tottenham's, and if it is, we've got the quality there to win this game, in my opinion, to come away with the trophy.
It's right what you say. They've got to come off that pitch with no regrets. They've got to put it all in. And like I say, there's plenty of downside if we lose. And if we lose with players not putting it all in, then there'll just be hysteria from the media and from the fans.
Imagine that Aston Villa game on the weekend.
Well, it's not the weekend. It's the next morning. It's after the game. It's every hour of every day. Then players don't put it in. Then I dread to think what's happening. But hey, I'm upbeat, and I'm not even going to think about that now. I'm just looking forward I'm looking forward to me tea tonight, and then I'm going to look forward to the game. I might even have a little bit of a nap this afternoon.
Yeah, you get a bit of a sleep, get fresh for the game. Hopefully you're all going to be fresh for the game as well. Wherever you're watching it from, let us know where you're going to be watching it from, who with as well, family, friends, etc.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll be straight back after the game at full time with a match reaction. So get that notification on, come and join us, and fingers crossed we've got that trophy in the bag.
Well, if we've got the trophy in the bag, I will be non-stop laughing, okay? So expect some fireworks after the game if we win, because I will just be laughing all the way through, because it's been 8 months since I called it, and I've called it every other week when we've been playing, that we are going to win this. So for me, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed for you, definitely, because if it's not, that comment section's going to be an absolute mess.
Well,
but it is what it is. Let's all get behind the boys tonight. Get behind the manager, the football club, most importantly, and let's go and get that trophy. We'll see you straight back after the game. Just like to thank all of you for joining in today, getting involved in the live chat. Continue it as well in the comment section. Smash that like button for a Manchester United win and supporting the channel. And we'll see you straight after the game. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.